up, everybody? Welcome to the first ever episode of Rowdy Ryder Recaps.
Welcome everyone, we hope that you're all doing great out there today. If you're a fan of WWE, go ahead and throw a thumbs up on this video. And if you're not already subscribed, we're going to give you time to do that now. Before we hop into episode 1 of Rowdy Ryder Recaps, I'm going to give you a recap of what Rowdy Ryder Recaps is. In case you have missed anything that has happened within the WWE this week, Rowdy will be covering it. So if you missed anything, don't sweat it. Rowdy's got you covered. We're going to start things off with Monday Night Raw, filmed on September the 25th, 2023. Where at, Ryder?
Ontario, California, in the Toyota Arena.
So Monday Night Raw hits the air, and who is the first person that we see?
The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Whoa! The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, comes out with a mic in his hand, and he's got some things to say, mainly about Jey Uso and why he's there. Now, Cody did make an interesting point here. He said, with Jey coming up to Raw, that means that someone's got to get traded to SmackDown. Any thoughts on who that may be, guys? Comment down below. Ryder, what do you think?
Randy Orton, because last time we saw him, he was on Raw and not SmackDown.
You would say Randy Orton because he's wrestled on SmackDown before.
No,
You try to, it could be a random.
No, I didn't.
It could be a house show, and Ryder's like, I think Randy's going to come back. I know you're excited for Randy to come back. I get it. Hopefully soon, though. The Viper needs to come back. We need the Viper. We need the Viper versus the Tribal Chief. I think that would be a fantastic match.
Yeah, they've never fought together. Fought in that timeline.
Yes, it needs to happen soon. Cody then continues to talk about last week's events and how he just couldn't stand by and watch Jey Uso get pummeled by the Judgment Day. Then who comes out?
Judgment Day.
So Damian Priest starts out on the mic talking about how Cody's always got to make it about himself, and eventually Dirty Dom right here.
That's pre-recorded because I saw myself on TV and I was at home.
So Dirty Dom gets the mic, and what happens? Same thing that happens every week. He gets
booed.
He gets booed out of the arena. Cody then gets back a hold of the mic, and what does he tell Dominic?
That his real family can't stand him.
Which incites a ton of cheers. The crowd goes crazy. You got a little bit more of jaw jacking. Judgment Day starts inching closer, and when they get close enough, who slides in to have Cody's back?
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso's looking to pay Cody back for helping him out last week. And then you got KO and Sami Zayn also hitting the ring, and JD McDonough comes out as well to help out the Judgment Day. And look what you got here, dude. You got the Judgment Day plus JD's, that's 4. And then you got Cody, and you got Jimmy, and you got Sammy, and you got KO.
Ooh.
What if they're setting up for Survivor Series, or maybe they're going to do some kind of weird War Games match?
Now that would be good.
That would be really cool. My prediction for next week, though, gonna have an 8-man tag team match. Judgment Day and JD versus Sammy, KO, Jey, and Cody. What do you think?
I think it might be a tornado tag team match.
A tornado tag team match?
Wait.
You would have 4 bad guys versus Cody and Jey, who are good guys, and Sammy and KO, who are also good guys. You just want to see a tag team tornado match, don't you? So our first matchup of the night is Bronson Reed versus Otis. And who comes away victorious here?
Bronson Reed with a 747 splash.
Bronson Reed again walking away with the win this week. And now he has defeated both members of Alpha Academy. Then we have a quick backstage segment with Becky Lynch as she chats with Tegan Knox, asking her why did she not answer the open challenge last week. Knox then says that she was ready to face Becky but wanted to let Natalya go ahead and have that match. Which now brings us to what match?
Ludwig Kaiser versus Tommaso Ciampa.
And what a good one this is gonna be. In this match, Ryder, when you say that we are slowly starting to witness the downfall of Imperium.
Yeah.
But with that said, who came out victorious?
Tommaso Ciampa with a pinfall.
Tommaso hit the 1-2-3 over Ludwig. Next up, we got Natalya versus Tegan Nox in a #1 contenders match for Becky Lynch's NXT Women's Championship. And who comes out on top of this battle?
Tegan Nox.
Tegan Nox. So now we're going to have Becky Lynch versus Tegan Nox for the NXT Women's Championship next week on Raw. For our next segment, we have WWE Heavyweight Champion
Seth
Rollins, and he comes out and tells Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm only going to ask you one more time. Am I going to give you this opportunity to face me? Let's get this thing going. Let's do it. And who appears on the Titantron?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
And Nakamura finally ends up saying
he accepts the challenge, and there's a championship match for Fastlane.
What kind of championship match are we going to have? Because we're not going to have just a normal one-on-one match for the World Heavyweight title.
Last man standing.
Oh, and what a doozy this will be next Saturday. Can't wait for that. And then we go to an interview with Ricochet on crutches, and he says after Fastlane, no matter who the winner is, he's got some unfinished business with who?
Shinsuke.
Ricochet looking to get his revenge on Shinsuke quick. This next matchup for the NXT North American Championship, we got
Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee.
We've heard so many great things about Dragon Lee and how exciting he is in the ring. I know that you called it. Is that dude any good? What's he doing? And what did you think?
I thought that he was really good, and I think that he's like, I should say, like Kalisto's brother.
That's what he reminded you of?
And for like the outfit, he reminds me of Ultimo Dragon.
Who comes out victorious in this match?
Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom retains his title, or Ryder. But would you say, all in all, that Dragon Lee had a good, strong showing for his debut match on Monday Night Raw?
Yes.
Definitely looking forward to hopefully catching more of him in the near future. Next up, you got KO and Sammy being interviewed in the back. Sammy then says it's not about the bloodline or the Usos. It's about getting back what they won at WrestleMania 39, which being the
Tag Team Championship.
The Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And I may not have said this earlier, I'm not sure. You do have a main event tonight of KO and Sammy versus the Judgment Day for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. I forgot to throw that in the beginning. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with us. This is our first Rowdy Ryder recap, so if we have some mistakes in here, I do apologize. Nia, now in the ring with Michael Cole, talks about how she's the baddest woman in WWE.
She thinks she's Ronda Rousey.
She's the baddest, she's the biggest, she's the best, and all she does is beat up the women of the WWE. But who had a problem with that?
Zoe Starks.
Zoe Starks then makes her way down to the ring and then have a brawl that ensues between Zoe Stark and Nia Jax, which then has to be broken up. That then starts a match between Nia Jax and Zoe Stark. And how does this one end, Ryder?
Nia Jax comes out victorious with a bonsai drop.
Camera then goes to Jey Uso backstage, and he says Cody Rhodes took a chance on him, and he's not gonna what, Cody?
He's not gonna betray.
He's not gonna betray Cody. Do you trust that, or do you think you think Jey still got some bad in him?
I think he does.
So Cody needs to be cautious, is what you're thinking. In our next segment, we have the most must-see WWE superstar of all time, The Miz. He's awesome, and you know it. Did I do that right? Or is that MJF? Okay, regardless. Okay, we got Miz TV coming up next, and who is the special guest tonight?
Drew McIntyre.
Miz says that he wants some answers for why Drew didn't help Jey out last week. Why didn't he let him just get beat down, man? So as Miz and Drew are standing in the ring together, Miz, of course, asks Drew, what's going on here? And Drew then jogs the Miz's memory and reminds him of Clash of the Castle and why Drew did not get to walk out as the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Universal something champion. I'm sure I'm missing something there. And Drew says that's just what he had coming to him. He deserved that beatdown. Drew, like an elephant, he never forgets. And during this segment, who interrupts?
Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston Which brings us to our next match, Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre. And via the Claymore, who comes out with a pinfall victory?
The Drew McIntyre.
The Drew McIntyre. Now, Ryder, do you think that Drew's starting to go to the dark side a little bit? You know, he was wrestling, kind of like a bad guy does. Do you want to see bad guy Drew McIntyre soon?
I think I like him as a babyface.
We then head to the backstage where we have the ring general Gunther, and he's tracked down Ludwig and Vinci, and he's not happy. I hate to see it, man, but every good thing's gonna come to an end. So, are you excited to see how this plays out? See if Gunther just keeps on rising up the ranks. What do you think about Gunther?
I think that he's a good heel.
Well, do you like him in general?
Oh, yeah.
Now it's time for our main event, and we have the WWE Undisputed Tag Team titles on the line. We got the champions, the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus
KO and Sammy.
And they're coming for redemption. They're going to try to win back those tag titles and bring them back to where they belong. Can they do it? What a classic back and forth battle this was. But you got the Judgment Day and they got Dirty Dom Dom out there. You know what's about to take place. Of course, as the Judgment Day normally does, they've got the numbers in their favor. You got Dirty Dom, you got JD. He made his way out to the ring. And of course, they're cheating here and there. And who has sat back in the back and said that they've had enough. They'll come out and do something about it.
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes comes running back out to the ring. And funny side note here, when Cody started off the show, he had on his suit. But whenever he came out at the very end of Raw, what did he have on?
He had it on his gear.
He had on his wrestling gear. So obviously says that Cody was wrestling the dark match at the end of Raw, which is a non-televised match. Chaos is breaking out left and right. And who runs in to try to put a stop to it?
Adam Pearce.
The Scrap Daddy. He says, nah, not on my show. And just when it looks like things are turning around for KO and Sammy, Sammy hits a haluva kick, but who comes up and hits Sammy in the back of the head with the title?
JD McDonough.
He hits him with the belt. Damian rolls over and gets the 1, 2, 3. Judgment Day retains. Regardless of the outcome of this match, what an awesome match that was. Wouldn't you say? What score do you give this Monday Night Raw?
I'd give this a 9 and not a 10 because I didn't get to see Cody wrestle.
To each their own, and that is awesome. I am just so thrilled that you have someone who you are hardcore behind and that you love like you do Cody Rhodes. So he's giving it a 9. Comment down below what you thought of the September 25th, 2023 Monday Night Raw. And now on to SmackDown. And for this September 29th, 2023 edition of Friday Night SmackDown, where are we at tonight?
The Golden One Center in Sacramento, California.
Sacramento. SmackDown starts off with the Wise Man and 2/3 of the most dominating faction in all of sports entertainment, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. But the question I have, when does the Ultimate Uso, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the reigning and defending WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, the one... Okay. So Paul is on the mic and he's just talking about how the unfortunate events of last week where AJ Styles got sent to the hospital and John Cena, some things happened to him courtesy of Jimmy and Solo. And there was some kind of weird thing going on all night where they were saying that Cena was having some transportation issues, and it's really weird. Don't know if it was just a part of the storyline or what was going on, but John Cena was nowhere to be found. Jimmy then grabs the mic and tells Cena that he might want to stay as far away as possible unless he wants to end up like AJ Styles did last week. But during the middle of all that, the OC's Carl Anderson comes out and starts to take care of business. And to the surprise of hardly no one, your winner of this contest, Jimmy Uso. So as the Bloodlines walk into the back, they pass Mia Yim, and yes, I know that is her old name. I have a hard time pronouncing her new name. And what does she do to Jimmy Uso?
slaps the life out of Jimmy. Finally, somebody to stop everybody's suffering.
She lit him up like no other. We even went back and rewound it a couple of times, and she got him good. It was nasty. That which upset the bloodline. Paul Heyman gets on the phone with Roman Reigns. Our next segment, we have
The Grayson Waller Effect
with special guest
the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Grayson then reminds Bobby of the Street Profits' loss last week on SmackDown. Grayson then says that if you're looking for a real tag team, look no further than myself, Grayson Waller, and
Austin Theory.
And what a punchable face both of these guys have. I hope that they continue with this, because those guys have that it factor, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on Grayson Waller and Austin Theory? Do you like them, or when they come out you just want to, they drive me crazy?
I like them.
You like them because they're good, or you think that they're good bad guys?
I think they're good bad guys and that they're good.
That then brings on our next match. We got Cameron Grimes versus
Austin Theory.
A-Town Down. And your winner of this contest,
Austin Theory.
I was shocked by this one, honestly. I haven't seen Cameron Grimes in a while, and we had all this hype about him, and he comes out, which Austin Theory is a very credible wrestler. I think Austin Theory is going to be a superstar. Do you think that too? I just remember how high they were on Cameron Grimes. But we're not bookers, we're fans. We're excited to see where they go with Cameron Grimes and everything else. Our next match is for the WWE United States title. You got the champion,
the GOAT, Rey Mysterio,
versus fellow LWO member Santos Escobar. And how many near falls did we have on the behalf of Escobar and Rey during this match?
A ton.
This match literally could have went either way. Who comes out on top of this one victorious?
The GOAT, Rey Mysterio.
And still United States Champion Rey Mysterio. Now at the end of this match, these two go to share a moment and show a sign of respect by giving the old handshake, the old pat on the back, maybe even a hug. Who then intervenes and attacks them?
Street Profits.
You got the Street Profits coming out, ruining a beautiful moment. Then the almighty Bobby Lashley makes his way to the ring, and he's all smiles, and out come the other two members of the LWO, but they unfortunately suffer the same fate as their fellow LWO members.
And don't forget that Dragon Lee tried to jump the barricade, but security held him back.
So what does this mean for Dragon Lee? Is he on Raw? Is he on SmackDown? Is he just going to do whatever he wants?
I think he might be a free agent.
Might be. Now we have the color commentary team talking about who from AEW has signed with WWE.
Jay Cargo.
And could you imagine the matchups that we would get between her and Bianca Belair?
Oh, Charlie has one of that happen a ton.
Charlie loves Bianca. Charlie loves Jade. And I think that she would be thrilled. Her mind is going to be blown whenever she sees them standing in a ring together. Are you excited to see what Jade brings to the table here in WWE? Comment your thoughts below and let us know what you think as well. That brings us to our next matchup, Charlotte Flair versus Bayley with Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Who comes out, victorious in this one?
Charlotte Flair.
The Queen Charlotte Flair. But at the end of this match, you got Damage Control trying to give a beat down on Charlotte, and out comes who to make the save?
Asuka.
Asuka comes out with the assist, grabs the mic, starts going off on Damage Control, and Bayley grabs the mic and she says, all right, that's what you want, that's what you'll get at Fastlane. It's gonna be Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky versus Asuka in a triple threat match. We got Bayley just making up the rules as she goes. Very anticipated match at Fastlane. Guarantee you those three women will put on a clinic. And finally, who shows up to the arena?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Because you can't see John Cena.
The real GOAT, John Cena. And what does he have in his hand as he gets out of the car?
A contract.
The contract from last week that is still not signed because John Cena does not have a partner for Fastlane versus Solo and Jimmy. Big Match John makes his way out to the ring, gets a mic, and says that if he can't find a partner, then he'll just do what?
Fight them by himself.
As he says, never give up. The Bloodline's got something coming to him. Jimmy's music hits, and then you got Jimmy, Solo, and Paul Heyman making their way to the ring, getting up onto the apron, and what does John Cena have ready for Jimmy?
His right hand.
A cold right hand right to Jimmy, and off the apron, Jimmy goes. That then causes Solo to get in the ring and try to deliver a Samoan spike. Cena ducks it, gets him up for the AA, and then what does Cena get met with right to the face? One of those, what is that?
A super kick.
A super kick. And again, the numbers have the advantage here. They roll Big Match John to the outside and onto the announcer's table. Jimmy acts like he's gonna go up top. Solo says, nah, it's my time. I got this. And then whose music hits and that arena erupts?
Knight.
Yeah! LA Knight comes out to assist John Cena and makes it clear that he will be John Cena's partner at Fastlane, putting John Cena and LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. What an ending to SmackDown. Ryder, what rating do you give this September 29th edition of WWE Smackdown?
A 10. Because LA Knight came back.
Everybody loves LA Knight. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Comment down below. What's your thoughts on the events that happened at WWE this past week? Don't forget to subscribe and throw a thumbs up on this video, as it really helps out Ryder's channel. We thank you all for joining us and hope that you have enjoyed this. Thank you for spending some of your time with us. We love you all. That's it for me, Ryder.
Bye!